Despite 2020 being a disastrous year that most of us wants to forget about, it was a damn good year for video games. I don't care what else goes around today's society, we're pretty much fucked anyways. But as long as I have my games and anime by my side to the end of the earth, I could care less about anything else really. And this isn't a video reminiscent, not even close. It's simply discussing on why it was a good year for gamers as a whole. Of course, I won't include that horrible Game Awards event. The Game Awards 2020 doesn't even exist to me. No. Instead, I'm going to talk about the good stuff because this channel has and always been about quality. I give up a list of titles I personally enjoyed throughout 2020, and by the way, games that launched late don't count as they didn't get enough time to shine that year, so they'll still count as 2021 games, like Cyberpunk 2077, Black Ops Cold Wars. You'll be seeing those titles later in the year on this channel, and hopefully my boys don't leave me hanging so I can put them in a video. Otherwise, zombies on Cold War, it is. Unfortunately, I won't be picking up new consoles this year. I'm planning on saving money so I can move out. I'm uncomfortable with the position I'm in, which is also why this channel in general is completely done for. We'll still see brand new titles coming to the channel and like Back 4 Blood, So Pumped, and many others, but back to the top, 2021 was packed. It was undoubtedly one of my personal favorite years for video games. Hyrule Warriors, Hades, Paper Mario, the ultimate crossover between Doom Guy and Animal Crossing chick. This is bigger than gaming here. A real man's game, Code Vein. Oh, I whooped some fucking ass on that shit. But there was one. From the depths of the deep blue sea, everyone's favorite sponge, perhaps one of the most exciting things to ever happen to me, knowing Battle for Bikini Bottom was going to get a remake. I was filled with happiness. Felt like a punk little kid again, no doubt in my mind, most anticipated game of the year, and yeah, I have no idea why critics were shitting on this and talking about how nothing else added to their likings is an entire multiplayer online. Besides, it's a fucking remake, for crying out loud. People, get your shit together. Of course, Dreams was a pretty cool game, gives you the courage and opportunity to create your own masterpiece or play other people's masterpiece. You pick one. Collect a shitload of old new games. I was having a blast on my GameCube. Of course, finished with my console collections, now just waiting for new consoles. I gotta say, it was a really fun time playing these classics. But from the old to the new, video games will always be fantastic. They'll always be amazing. I don't know if I'll keep doing this, but if you guys really want it, give this shit a thumbs up. I do take my time with this. So I'm going to mention the top 3 for 2020 as games I enjoyed that year and that I would consider to be game of the year that launched that year, because they were some serious hard work and development that took some time and hard work. These projects are phenomenal and I do highly recommend them. And that background noise, it's my favorite game right there. See that shit right there? Y'all missing out big time, man. I even got the tattoo right here. What y'all missing? Y'all missing out. Anyways, yeah, Cyberpunk. Don't worry, guys. I got you on that one. So, without further ado, I'm going to mention the top 3 games of the last year, 2020, that I personally enjoyed. 2020 was just that year for video games, and I do hope you sit down, relax, and enjoy more fresh content. So, let's see the top 3. I just want to apologize for not having the clips ready. I wasn't exactly prepared, and I did not want to have to go back because this does take a lot of time. I just hope you can understand that. You don't have to watch this part. You could skip to the next top 2 because I have no videos prepared, so I do apologize for that. But if you do want to hear me talk through it, then you could. Again, if you don't want to hear my voice, just skip through it. So here we go. So words cannot describe how my adult self was hype as fuck seeing the first official trailer for this masterpiece. First off, Battle for Bikini Bottom isn't only the best SpongeBob game, but I consider it to be one of the greatest games to ever exist, and yes, it's that spectacular. I used to play a lot of SpongeBob games, but none of them hit that mark for me, not like Battle for Bikini Bottom. I also saved this clip of me getting platinum on my first run when I went back to the game to collect all the spatulas from Mr. Krabs. I still think the original is better, but Rehydrated brings back memories on some more HD format that can make me appreciate it even more. I love the return of THQ. I'll always respect the company for the memories. The original soundtrack for Flying Dutchman's Graveyard is still one of the greatest original soundtracks I ever heard in a video game. It may be childish for you, but to me, this is a real man's game. If I had to say which remake or remaster was the best to release this year, it's Rehydrated, no question. I'm not saying that this because I love this project as it's flossy. It's because it's the only SpongeBob game that defines and represents the characters as its peak, meaning how a platforming SpongeBob game should be done right. And that is why Rehydrated is the top 3 games of 2020 for me personally. After picking up Doom 2016, my mind was circular. I wasn't so sure if they would continue, but right after I said that, opening the menu for Doom 16, I had to pre-order the sequel titled Doom Eternal. It was waiting for me, and oh baby, it didn't disappoint. What surprised me this time around was the story. Doom games are known for its story as a game that's all about rip and tear, but here you get to witness more of Doom Guy's personality. Anyways, this is about the gameplay here. It felt much harder than the first and stayed true to its original. Instead of the dark atmosphere, it's much more brighter and brings back the original colors from 1993. New enemies and gear and a fucking grappling hook. Like, is there a reason to not play this? Come on, it's... Bro, it has a fucking grappling hook on a gun for crying out loud. I love the movement, the tone, much bigger and more badass battles, the platforming. Doom is no doubt one of, if not the best FPS game. I'm aware of some complaints with running low on ammo and fast and enemies all over your dick so that you can see the bar that says low on health. And I believe they solved that issue by not making these areas so cramped. You have enough space to be a badass like the Doom guy here and strategize your positions, different ways to go nuts, and what makes Doom Eternal, well, so eternal. There was one. Something unexpected awaited me with a challenge of enthusiasm. Neo 2, a Souls-like action role-playing game Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo worked on to deliver a prequel and a sequel that would have me tear-dropping because of how hard this shit is, man. But I'm not the kind of player to stop or give up on a game because it's hard. You see, I'm stubborn, so once I get stuck on something, I'll make sure I get the job done. Despite its challenges, the story is something I didn't expect to have an effect on me throughout my playthroughs. The more I process, it's devastating. The combat system is enjoyable, as well as the new yokai shifts and guardian spirits. That is a much more fitting system. It makes more sense to its theme. Events that cause massacre around the villagers fighting for your teacher later as a sign of betrayal that motivates the character to become greater good. Of course, you can't forget on the epic boss battles, except for 2 bosses that were cheap, that felt the mechanics didn't work well for those fights. But later, when you're stronger, you can always go back to these fights to kick their asses for revenge. Still, Neo 2 did the unthinkable. The character's role to the final standpoint from the beginning to the end made me realize why I fell in love with the Soul series games, and Neo 2 is a perfect example of that role. An exclusive title to the PS4, Soul veterans should play at least once in their life. Well, that's all, folks. I said what I had to say. This was not easy at all. This is actually the most difficult video I've done, in a while. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Pretty much the most difficult video I've done since, yeah, it is the most difficult video. Let me know what you think on this. I've discussed on why 2020 was a good year for gamers in general. Of course, there was Animal Crossings. I didn't exactly play that, but I've done things here and there that I really enjoyed throughout the year in 2020. 2021, I'm going to pick up the pace. I already have Cyberpunk 2077. I pre-ordered. Cold Wars is soon to come. I will do the final battle on Sekiro Shall Die Twice. I got the Game of the Year edition, I believe so. I'm going to send more clips on my IG, so be aware that I really hope you enjoy this one. Stay safe, y'all. Have a good one, and I hope you stick around for more content in the years to come by, because the channel will soon end, but the Hypebeastman never dies, you know what I mean? Anyways, y'all, I'll see y'all soon. Peace.